Well, good morning. I hope everyone's having a good Thursday morning, and as we open the 2022 NFL football season tonight, when the Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams play host to the Buffalo Bills, who many uh, have winning the Super Bowl this year. We shall see. Um, but my name is Steve Ramirez. I was a sports writer for over 30 years. Uh, Covered mainly high schools and local colleges, but also did some UCLA football coverage, and covered 5 Rose Bowl games, 2 BCS national championship games, a little sprinkled in with some Angel and Dodger coverage, um, and did some auto racing coverage as well. Um, so, but I don't know if any of you seen my videos, just talking about Southern California sports, and I thought with the opening of the season tonight, I would look at the projection for the Rams, look at their schedules, see where they might end up, and maybe throw in some other predictions. So let's move forward and let's look at the Rams schedule. Okay, I have the schedule here up on the screen on the right. This is considered the toughest schedule for any team in the league this year. One of the tougher schedules I can remember for a defending champion. And usually when you win your division, you're going to get a first place schedule. So that lot has, that's part of it. Also, the NFC West is one of the tougher divisions in the league. So you're going to get some tough competition, and that's going to rise up the toughness of the schedule. But let's kind of break this down in segments here. Let's just talk about tonight's game. Like I said, the Rams are the defending Super Bowl champions, and they're facing the Bills team, who beat them a couple years ago in Buffalo. Bills are, with everything they have coming back and some additions, are kind of the pick to win the Super Bowl this year by many. Tonight's game, I think, is kind of a pick'em game. I think the Bills were, at last check, about a 1.5-point favorite. But really, I think this game can go either way. Both teams have elite offenses, elite quarterbacks. Rams have an elite defense. They were top 5 last year. They were the top defense in the league 2 years ago, and they have some key players from those teams. The Bills' defense has kind of been good, not great, but they add Von Miller this year, so they finally get their pass rusher. So they're thinking with their offense they'll be ahead in games, and then they'll just turn Von Miller loose, which is a pretty tough task for an opposing offense to have to stop. But I see this a very tight game. Might be the type of game whoever has the ball last will win the game. And if you have Matthew Stafford on your team, you kind of want that. You want him if you're in a position where you have to rally to win the game. He's among active quarterbacks. He's had more comeback wins than any other quarterback, including the NFC title game and the Super Bowl. So I'll pick with the Rams. They're at home. This is a game where they raise the banner before the game. I think they'll be ready, and I think they'll win a close game. As we go through the schedule, they follow that up with a game against the Falcons. It's a game the Rams should win, and I'm going to predict them to win. Not much to say there. Falcons are rebuilding. Rams are Super Bowl contender. Then they follow up with games at the Cardinals and the 49ers. Rams have held their own in the Sean McVay era. I think they've only lost to the Cardinals once since he's been coach. That was early last year. But I think going in, the Rams are a more complete team than the Cardinals at this point. They do have Kyler Murray as a quarterback, but I'm picking the Rams in this game. Then they go to play the 49ers. Always a tough game. The 49ers did win 6 in a row against the Rams until the NFC title game. But with Trey Lance at quarterback in place of Jimmy G, we still don't know what Trey Lance is going to be, how long his development is going to take until he's elite, if he gets to be elite. We just don't know. And this is still a quarterback-driven league. If you don't have that quarterback, that good quarterback, it's hard to win in this league. And so I'm going to pick the Rams based on that. Then they follow up with home games against the Cowboys and Panthers. Cowboys are kind of going in a different direction, it looks like. So I'm going to give that win to the Rams. The Panthers this is a big year for the Panthers of what they've struggled a little bit. Christian McCaffrey has struggled with staying healthy. They do have Baker Mayfield at quarterback. I think that's improved quarterback play than what they've had in recent years. But still a game the Rams should win. They follow that with their bye week in week 7. Then they host the 49ers in week 8. That's kind of an advantage for the Rams to play the 49ers twice within the first 8 weeks of the season. We just don't know how long Trey Lance will be and whether he'll still be the quarterback. If they struggle with getting wins, it's going to really be tough for him. So I'm going to give the Rams a win there. Then they travel to Tampa Bay. Now, the Rams have played well against Tampa Bay the last few years. But it's a road game coming off a game against the 49ers, which the 49ers are a physical team. They can take a lot out of you. I'm gonna give the win to the Bucs here. We go on. Rams host the Cardinals. I'm gonna say that's another win. McVay seems to know how to coach against the Cardinals. Then we have road games at the Saints and at the Chiefs. I say the Rams split those two. They're just a better club than the Saints. Saints have a really good defense, but their offense still needs improving. And the Chiefs are one of the top teams in the AFC. They have Patrick Mahomes, one of the elite quarterbacks in the league, and their defense is suspect, but that's a tough place to play. It's a road game, and I'm gonna give the Chiefs the win there. Then the Rams have 2 home games against the Seahawks and then the Raiders. I'm going to call those both wins. Seahawks are rebuilding. Raiders are improved, but I think the Rams have a better roster. That should be a good game though, and probably you're going to see a Raider takeover in that game. Raider fan takeover of the stadium, that is. But the Rams will win. They follow that with a road game middle of December. I believe that's a Sunday night game in Green Bay in Lambeau Field. Packers, I think, are going to take a little bit of a step back, losing Davante Adams, but they still have Aaron Rodgers, arguably the best quarterback in the game. And I'm going to give the Packers the win there at home. The Rams follow that up with a game against the Broncos at home on Christmas Day. I'm going to give the Rams a win there. Broncos are one of the most improved in the league, adding Russell Wilson. They're going to compete for the AFC West title, but I'm going to say the Rams will win. They always play Russell Wilson tough, and they beat Russell Wilson more than they've lost to him. They follow up with a game against the Chargers, with the Chargers home game. Coming off a game against the Broncos, I'm going to give the Rams a loss against the Chargers. Say the Chargers step up. And then the Rams finish the regular season at Seattle. That's a tough game to predict because we don't know where the Rams will be. Have they already clinched the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed, or they can't really improve their seed? If that's the case, then we know Sean McVay is not going to play his starters. If something is on the line, like if they still have a shot to get the number 2 seed where they can host a second round game if they win the first round, or get the number 1 seed and get a bye, then they're probably going to go for it. But if they're not playing their starters, then they might lose that game, and then I would have them finishing 12-5. But for now, we're just going to say, since they're a better team than the Seahawks, they're going to win that game, and they'll finish 13-4. I have them winning the NFC West. I also have the Rams getting to the NFC title game. For the rest of the conference, I can see the Buccaneers winning the South. The Eagles, I think, are the best team in the East. And I'm gonna go the Packers in a fight with the Vikings, but I think the Packers will win just because of having Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. In the AFC, I'm picking the Chargers to win the AFC West. In the South, I'm still going with the Titans to repeat, even though the Colts look improved with Matt Ryan now at quarterback. In the North, I'm gonna say the Bengals improved their line. They just went to the Super Bowl last year. They say teams have a Super Bowl hangover, but I think they're the best team in the AFC North. And then the Bills are the best team in the AFC East. I'll go to the championship games. I have the Bills versus the Chargers, with the Bills hosting the championship game. And I see the Bills winning that and getting to the Super Bowl. I see the Rams and Buccaneers, and I think that game will probably be in Tampa. I think they're both either going to be 13-4 or 12-5. And if I have the Buccaneers beating the Rams, they would have the tiebreaker. But I have the Rams winning the NFC title game again, and then facing the Bills, and I'm going to go with the Bills. I think the Rams can beat the Bills, and even though I have the Bills, or the Rams beating the Bills in this game tonight, I think they're going to really be much improved as the season goes on, and I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. So that's how I see it, right as we enter the opening of the season. So those are my predictions for the Rams schedule and the division winners around the league, and who I think is going to make the Super Bowl and who's going to get in this and who's going to win the Super Bowl. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time.